Live, local, experienced. This is 13 News This Morning, Kansas News Leader.
Good morning and welcome to 13 News This Morning. I'm Jared Broyles. Raina Flores will join us with a First Alert Weather live report in just a moment. But in the First Alert Weather Center right now, meteorologist Mitchell Keys. And Mitchell, I know at Maple Hill, there's a state highway that is shut down because of flash flooding. And then over at the Douglas-Shawnee County line, there's one shut down because of storm damage. So we have quite the range of damage across the area that people need to watch out for this morning. So what are some of the local storm reports that you're seeing and hearing about?
Yeah, Jared, we've seen quite a few local storm reports this morning, all the way from around Concordia extending to Lawrence, as you can see, and those range from anywhere from flooding to severe thunderstorm related damage. Not seeing any tornadoes confirmed yet, but there may be some surveys that happen today for those. But we have seen a lot of rain over the past 24 to 48 hours, between around half an inch to upwards of 4+ inches across the I-70 corridor, and that has prompted a flash flood warning to be issued from around Salina to Lawrence for all of that area that has seen so much rain.
Well, last night's severe weather has caused chaos across northeast Kansas. 13's Raina Flores is live on the scene near Lake Shawnee in Topeka with damage there. Raina?
So Jared, like Mitchell was saying, what made last night's storm so dangerous was the damaging winds. And this is a perfect example of what they're trying to warn the community about. We are at a home just off of Southeast 29th and Shawnee Drive. Now this is exactly, we have a tree right here, right in front of you, and then this front yard is covered in limbs. So this is a little bit about what happened. 13 Eric Ives talked to the owner, and she said she heard a loud bang, kind of like a freight train. I know that's a popular phrase that people use, but all of a sudden the air pressure in the house seemed like it was being sectioned, and then the doors were opening, and even the blades on their fans were being bent upwards. Now this entire neighborhood is out of power. This house specifically that we're at is running on a generator. So, but these damaging winds weren't the only caution. Flooding was also an issue. Now, 13 Eric Ives also responded this morning to a water rescue. The water rescue was just at Southeast 29, just east of Kansas Avenue. 2 cars were submerged. The people in the car were able to get out of the car on their own, and the people in the second vehicle, which there was 5 people, were being rescued from the top of the car. Now they were rescued by a raft. Now the 13's Eric Ives spoke with a fireman who said that it was even difficult getting to that location and getting to the scene, because they said when they were responding, a lot of the streets that they were going to take were flooded, so that caused complications. But we will keep you updated throughout the morning about other storm damage that we're seeing in our area. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you, Jared.
All right, thank you, Raina. Much of the area is under a flood watch through 7 a.m. this morning, so please be very careful out there. The water is not completely receded in some of these areas. Well, the severe weather also caused other issues across northeast Kansas and our 17-county area. 13's Cole Hermish is live in the newsroom now with the latest. Good morning, Cole.
Thanks, Jared. A couple of highways are closed this morning due to flooding from last night's weather. KDOT says K-18 is closed in both directions between K-177 near Manhattan and K-99 about a mile east of Wabunsee. And CanDrive reports a closure between I-70 and the end of K-30, which went into effect around 1 a.m. There's no estimated reopening time for either closure. Also, there are nearly 82,000 customers without power this morning in Kansas. The most are in Saline with more than 23,000. Shawnee County has nearly 22,000, and Riley County has over 12,000. Gary, Osage, Douglas, and Marion counties combined have more than 8,000. For the full list, you can check poweroutage.us on their website. In the newsroom, I'm Cole Hermish, 13 News.
Taking a look at CanDrive this morning, US 40 in both directions is closed. That's at the Douglas and Shawnee County lines.
Jeremy, thanks. And as many of you are well aware, Kansans are picking up the pieces today after severe storms hit our state overnight.
We are seeing a lot of heavy damage out there. One family in the Barryton area woke up to find this. Their roof was gone. Colton Gordon described heavy gusts and rain that they could only compare to a tornado.
It was louder than, like what they say, a freight train. It literally sounded like that. It was crazy. I don't even remember like getting out of the room, but I woke up and I got really lightheaded, about to throw up, and then it was just, yeah, everything's gone. All the glass, and then we went into the room to grab what we could, licenses, titles, whatever, cats, and then we just left.
The National Weather Service has not confirmed any tornadoes overnight. Fortunately, all 5 people and 6 animals who lived in that home are okay. A symphony of chainsaws filled the air in many neighborhoods today as people cleared down trees and limbs.
13's Daisha Gear is live on your side tonight in one neighborhood near Lake Shawnee where people are coming together to pick up those pieces. Daisha, what'd you find?
Melissa, the shock from the severe weather is still being felt by Topekans as they navigate a path toward recovery. What started off as a regular Monday night for Topeka resident Courtney Sturbins took a turn for the worst.
Well, I've lived out in this community my entire life, and I've never experienced anything quite like last night.
The culprit, Mother Nature, which continues to bring the unexpected.
I'm going to guess maybe a little after midnight, and the sirens on our WIBW app actually started going off on my phone, and our 16-year-old comes running in saying, "Tornado sirens are going off, Mom." And it was maybe 5-10 minutes after that, just this crazy pressure in the house, and this noise that sounded like that train, you know, that you hear people talking about. I've never experienced that.
It's a sound that would stick with Sturbins and her family, considering the impact it brought to her home.
I ran up to the top level of the house to look out my 18-year-old daughter's bedroom window and saw that there was a tree right there. There's not normally. And then it just kind of progressed, and we came out once the rain let up and saw this.
A lot happening out there indeed, Daisha. Thanks. And storms also caused several power outages around northeast Kansas.
13's Carson Shea continues our team coverage with the latest on how Evergy is saying they are doing in getting power back on to the area. Carson, what does it look like?
Melissa, utility crews expect to be busy for several days getting the lights back on. Evergy alone has more than 27,000 customers still without power. As you can see, they said they have about 75% of those who had been out back on as of about an hour ago. 16,000 of those are in Saline County, where at one point overnight, the whole city of Salina was in the dark. Shawnee County has about 6,200 without power, Riley County 2,000. Evergy spokesperson Gina Penzig says its crews and contractors will work around the clock.
So we've made some good progress as far as getting power restored. Things slow down a little bit after you get through that initial chunk because these are the jobs that usually take a little bit more work or maybe have fewer customers on each repair.
Evergy has been working non-stop to restore power around northeast Kansas after Monday's storms.
Carson, appreciate that update. The storms also have several Shawnee County roads closed tonight.
Here's one of them right here, southwest Indian Hills between 37th and Ambassador Place. The county says rushing water from the storm caused a crossroad culvert to fail there. Crews are working to determine the extent of the damage. Similar situation is also playing out and has southeast Downing Driver Road closed between 27th Street and Burton Terrace in the Tecumseh area. And Carlson Road at Northwest 39th was closed all day because of a fallen utility pole there. Elsewhere, K-18 is closed between K-99 and K-177 in Wabaunsee County, also due to flooding.
But there are plenty of cases where it gets inside to your basements and lower floors.
A lot of folks posting about their trials and tribulations with that situation today. It can certainly be hard to clean up, as 13's Caden Baird learned as part of our storm coverage tonight.
That's right, David. Last night's rainfall left multiple homes and businesses flooded with water. I talked with one warehouse manager here in the city who said her employees were having a full meltdown when they saw the amount of water that got inside. That is the sound of a dehumidifier, a noise that a lot of Topekans are going to be hearing for the next couple of days as they deal with the flood damage in both their homes and businesses. And when I talked to a local service company helping Topekans with flooding, they said this storm was as bad as they've seen all year.